Imagine a world where a whisper could make you millions, where a secret handshake meant an infinite money glitch. For years, that was the reality for some on Wall Street. But then one man, known as TipperX, stepped out of the shadows, revealing the truth behind the biggest insider trading bust in Wall Street history. This is the story of Tom Hardin, a Wall Street analyst who got caught in the world of illegal insider trading. It's about his journey from making bad decisions to becoming a government informant, and how his corporation exposed a massive scandal that shook the financial world, leading to the downfall of powerful hedge funds like the Galleon Group, Level Global Investors, and Diamondback Capital Management. Tom Hardin started as a young man from Georgia who dreamed of making it big in finance. He graduated from Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania and quickly landed a job in the fast-paced world of hedge funds, analyzing tech stocks. He loved the challenge, the smart people, and the idea that he could earn serious money based on his knowledge. But Tom quickly started to see a problem. It looked like other competing hedge funds were trading based on secret information that wasn't available to the public. For example, some hedge funds had investors who were actually top managers at big Silicon Valley tech companies. You can see how that might cause a problem, as these investors could be giving inside information to the hedge fund. Also, hedge funds focusing on tech were hiring people who used to work at these tech companies to be their analysts. This allowed them to call up their old contacts inside those companies to get information. When his own small hedge fund faced pressure to make money every month instead of looking at long-term investments, Tom's boss gave him a vague message to do what it takes. Then came the call that changed everything. A woman Tom knew from the industry who had worked for a famous hedge fund manager named Raj Rajaratnam contacted him. She claimed a Moody's analyst knew that a tech company, Kronos, was about to be bought. Moody's is a credit rating agency providing financial research and risk analysis in the stock market in the US, which also manages non-public information. Hence, this is the information the analyst wanted to share. The woman said she had the date, the price, and even the private equity firm involved. It was as clear as day. Tom knew this felt very wrong, but still went through with sharing it to others he knew, because the analyst had asked for $10,000 for the tip and promised to give them more valuable information. He gave the $10,000 to the analyst somewhere in New York City. He then passed the secret information to a friend who worked at a trading firm. Tom's friend then used the secret tip to buy a massive amount of stock. Under pressure, Tom also made some small trades, telling himself it was just a minor risk and that everyone else seemed to be doing it. He thought, who am I really hurting? But this was how his journey down a very dangerous path began. Tom's personal profit from these illegal insider trading tips was a mere $46,000, throwing away his career at 29 years old for so little. For these specific illegal trades in 2007, Tom's firm made just over $1 million. He put about 1% of the money he was managing into these illegal trades, which rose to 30% returns at one moment. And Tom's boss at the hedge fund, who Tom saw as his mentor, simply ignored the profitable trade by saying, "Oh, it's one of those," and skipped over it. This approval further fueled Tom's idea that insider trading wasn't a big deal if his mentor didn't disapprove. Yet, just 7 months after his final illegal trade, in July 2008, as he dropped off dry cleaning, 2 FBI agents asked, "Are you Tom?" Shockingly, he immediately confessed everything, telling them about these trades and the massive insider trading he'd observed. The FBI offered him a choice: help them or face severe consequences. They wanted him to wear a wire, a hidden recording device, and gather evidence on major players in the insider trading world, including Raj Rajaratnam. This was the start of his life as TipperX, one of the most significant informants in stock market fraud history, part of Operation Perfect Hedge. which aimed to clean up Wall Street. Raj Rajaratnam, a highly successful hedge fund manager who founded the Galleon Group, was at the heart of this massive scheme. He managed billions of dollars and was known for his extensive network of contacts. However, instead of relying purely on legitimate research, he built a vast network of insiders, executives, consultants, and analysts from major companies like Intel, McKinsey, IBM, Goldman Sachs, and others. These insiders would secretly feed him confidential, non-public information about upcoming earnings announcements, mergers, acquisitions, and other big corporate news. Rajaratnam would then use this secret information to make highly profitable trades for the Galleon Group, or to avoid huge losses. For example, he'd received a tip about Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway investing $5 billion in Goldman Sachs before it was publicly announced. He immediately bought a huge amount of Goldman Sachs stock, making nearly $1 million profit when the news broke the next day. He was also accused of receiving tips about companies like Google, Hilton, Clearwire, and others, generating tens of millions in illegal profits or avoiding losses. Prosecutors said he made about $60 million in illegal profits from his inside information. Tom's role as TipperX was crucial in building the case against Rajaratnam and others. He recorded over 48 conversations, sometimes in weird situations, like a hedge fund manager who insisted on swimming at a pool to check for wires. Tom managed to remove his device just in time, highlighting the constant danger and stress he was under. While Tom didn't directly record Rajaratnam himself, his cooperation helped investigators understand how insider trading worked in the hedge fund industry. He provided a list of worst actors in the industry, whose business models revolved around trading on secret information related to quarterly earnings or company buyouts. The information Tom gathered and the cooperation of others he exposed became key pieces of the puzzle for the FBI and prosecutors. This leverage helped them secure the cooperation of other witnesses, most notably Rumi Khan, the woman who initially tipped Tom about Kronos, who became a star witness against Rajaratnam. This chain of cooperation set in motion by TipperX provided the crucial evidence that led to Rajaratnam's eventual accusation. In 2009, the first arrests were made. 20 people were caught on live television, a dramatic moment for Wall Street. Soon after, Tom's identity as TipperX was revealed on CNBC and even made the front page of the Wall Street Journal in January 2010. This public exposure was devastating. His phone rang non-stop, reporters showed up at his house, and the fallout within his family, especially with his wife, was immense. She famously asked him, "What did you do to us?" The consequences for Tom were profound and long-lasting. While he didn't go to prison because of his help, he still received a financial penalty. This means he can't have a banking checking account in his own name and can't have a brokerage account due to being on anti-money laundering lists. As for Raj Rajaratnam, he was arrested in October 2009 and found guilty on all 14 counts of conspiracy and securities fraud in May 2011. He was sentenced to 11 years in prison, which was the longest sentence ever given for insider trading at that time. The SEC also obtained a record financial penalty of $92.8 million against him, marking the largest penalty ever made against an individual in an SEC insider trading case. In total, the monetary sanctions on Rajaratnam in the civil and criminal cases exceeded $156.6 million. The Galleon Group, his hedge fund, was forced to close. His conviction highlighted that cheating became part of his business model. The impact of Operation Perfect Hedge extended beyond the Galleon Group of Raj Rajaratnam. For instance, in December 2012, two other former hedge fund managers, Todd Newman from Diamondback Capital Management and Anthony Cason, co-founder of Level Global Investors, were found guilty of insider trading related to Dell Inc. and Nvidia Corp. Prosecutors called it a corrupt network of analysts swapping secret information. These convictions were part of the ongoing FBI sweep. Newman was accused of netting $3.8 million and Kayasson $57 million from illegal Dell trades, plus an additional $10 million from Nvidia trades for Kayasson. This widespread investigation ultimately devastated their firms. Level Global Investors closed in 2011 after an FBI raid, and Diamondback announced its closure in December 2012. By December 2012, federal prosecutors had charged 75 people with insider trading since August 2009, securing convictions against 71 of them, showcasing the massive scale of the crackdown initiated by informants like TipperX. Tom now understands how easy it was to slowly make bad choices. He tells people, especially younger folks, to focus on personal improvement rather than worrying about what others are doing, even if they're cheating. Tom Hardin has completely changed his life. The FBI was so impressed by his honesty that they asked him to speak to new agents. This led him to start his own business, TipperX Advisors. He now travels worldwide, telling his impactful story, especially to people in finance. He teaches them about doing the right thing, following rules, and how simple it is to slip into wrong choices. He highlights the difference between accidental mistakes and deliberate bad decisions. He also points out that while some people in his situation pay firms to erase their Google profile, he intentionally chose the opposite path, embracing his story to educate others. His advice strongly connects with young people starting their careers. Tom's path, from someone involved in illegal trading to a key helper for the authorities and now someone who promotes ethical behavior, is a strong reminder that cutting corners illegally has major hidden costs and that our choices truly shape our lives. The insider trading case, exposed by Tom Hardin, changed how financial crimes are fought. These hedge funds succeeded by cheating, using a network of contacts, not intelligence. This huge fraud shows how small, bad choices can lead to massive consequences, reminding us that integrity comes from daily, honest decisions. Want more videos that explain what's really going on in the world of business? Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you're always in the loop. Thanks again for showing love on our last video, and our favorite comment from that one goes to